What a great show that was. And if you enjoyed that clip, all you got to do is tap the link in the bottom and you can watch the entire show.
And let's move on. So we're going to move on to a 6:30 game, and that's been moved up because of snow and other reasons. But it is Missouri versus Georgia. What we know about Missouri is this. Missouri is trying to avoid losing 3 games in a row in conference. This is something that they've been able to avoid, and I do think that they are going to find a way to not lose this 3rd game. Between these teams, there are lots of overs, and Georgia has been a stingy home dog, cashing 3 out of the last 4. But I do think that with this matchup, it does favor Missouri in a variety of different ways. I think that with Missouri, this is a team that definitely thrives on being able to get out to good starts and lead at half. This is something that you're going to have to do, and you're going to have to keep Georgia under 50%. This is when you win games. And Georgia, naturally, they shoot 45%, but as of late, this defense has been a little leaky when it comes to guarding inside the arc. And when it comes to volume shooting, this is something you got to stop with Georgia. Georgia's a team that thrives on getting 60-plus field goal attempts a game. And if you can keep them under that number, I do think you're going to be able to handle them and control this tempo and pace to a level that you're comfortable playing with. I think that with Missouri, listen, you got to keep teams under 70. That's when they're at their best. That's when they're winning games and winning on the defensive glass. You know, you do have good size when it comes and good rebound when it comes to Jeremiah Tillman and Mitchell Smith and Kobe Brown, all who are capable rebounders. But you need to basically do a better job against some of these smaller teams that are using their athleticism and quickness to get off blocks and get onto the glass. So if Missouri can do that, I think that they're going to be able to naturally exploit the 3-point defense. We've seen Xavier Pinson and specifically Drew Smith really start to get hot from beyond the arc. And with some of Missouri's 3-point shooting strengths, they have to be able to carry over. And I do think that on the road, we have seen this team be very cash heavy for you. And I do think that they're going to continue to do that. I think that this is a number that I would have lined for Missouri around 5.5 to 6.5. I think that at 3 or 3.5, it's a good number to get on them. And listen, it's really hard not to get on this over, but there is that Josh Applebaum system with the total moving. And at this point, I'm not really ready to hit the over. I do think that when you look at these two teams, 16 out of the 23 conference games that they play combined have gone over, and there have been quite a few numbers that have gone over 153.5. So this is definitely a pace and tempo that both these teams with their 3-point shooting and their defense on the Georgia side definitely can allow. But I think that the combination of Xavier Pinson and Drew Smith leading your backcourt against the talent, I'll say, of Severe Wheeler, but he is undersized. And if you can move your feet fast enough to stay and cut off his lanes, you are usually able to keep him under wraps. I think that there's definitely some depth and some very quality players on this Georgia team. Justin Kier, the George Mason transfer, has done a really good job of acclimating to the SEC. And PJ Horn, even though he's undersized, he's been playing that small ball 5, and he's been able to score and give you some production. So I don't think this is going to be a walk in the park. But I do think that there is a formula for Missouri winning, and it starts with a good first half. If they can set the tone early and really control the pace and tempo, hit some threes, they're going to take care of business. So we're going to jump on Missouri. We're going to leave the over alone. If you know me, you know I'm a volume guy, and I will be on the over when the morning comes and I observe some line movement. So right now I'm seeing a 3. I'm seeing a 3.5. And I am seeing at Circa. What do you have, Circa? Circa also has a 3. So I'm going to take the 3 at Circa, minus 110. Good number. Enough points of value to comfortably validate the play. So we'll go with that. All right, easy peasy. We got 3 picks in, 2 games down, 6 to go.